safe. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. I wish you all the best I can, and I stop myself for a while. I'm saying things I don't believe. The panic's rising up in me. You won't you tell me something new? Don't you think for the people the best we fight back my stomach sooner than this? Don't you think for the people the best we fight back my stomach sooner than this? Don't you wish I would have been someone else? I wanna feel your gap without making a mess. And you won't you tell me something new? I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. Don't you think for the people the best we fight back my stomach sooner than this? Don't you think for the people the best we fight back my stomach sooner than this? Don't you wish I would have been someone else? I wanna feel your
There's an exciting crowd out tonight on the 1 minute here on Bitcoin. Crowd seems to be a little bit excited as price is getting above now the 20 moving average. Bears are starting to come in just a little bit. We're trying to figure out where she's going to go. A lot of people saying they're playing the wiggle waggle, the big old triangle or white worm to the upside. I don't know if you can wiggle your worm, if it's going to help you out, bulls, but you're giving it a good old college try, so I can't really say anything bad about you right now. It's like the crowd just needs to have a little bit of enthusiasm. I'm just not hearing it. Oh, there we go. There's a little hopium coming in. The only thing that we've established here is that we've got a little bit of a makeshift trend line, but she's been flirting very closely with breaking it a few times. Them bears be kind of sneaky breaking through our lines of defense here. But the bulls, they keep on pushing on, because that's just what bulls do. Try to draw a trend line to be a little bit tricky. We're more in a range than anything. And again, flirting with that trend line there. You know, this 1 minute chart is kind of dull. I think we should just crank it up and let's just get it turned on to the 10-second chart. This is where all the action is happening, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting to lose some good areas of support, and we're just going to lose our poopy britches. Did he just say poopy britches online? I was stuck for words at the moment, and poopy britches filled the void. I think that's a lawsuit. Well, it looks like we got a little trend line here that's been established, and now we got some bearish backtest of it, bouncing off of that with a little white trend line and coming down. Will we test the 59,286, or are we just going to turn around and go the other way? Hard to say on the 10-second time frame, but since we are moving to the downside, let's take a little cheaters. We'll get the little devil into the details. This is what's really going on, ladies and gentlemen. When you start turning on the bigger moving averages, they'll just snitch out everything. It says that we might be coming right back up here to 59.3, but then rolling back over. Rolling back over to come down to this 800 moving average, because we ain't been there for a little minute. Gotta go say hi to grandpa and the kids, you know what I'm saying? We're right now getting above our little 9 moving average here on the 10-second, playing little hokey pokey, put the left foot in, put the left foot out. I don't know if I'm in and out. Now I'm above it, now I'm not. I'm touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm touching you, I'm not touching you. This is just too demanding here on the 10-second chart, but we're going to play her out anyway. She's heading down, ladies and gentlemen, for my personal opinion, but just watch her flip-flop to the other side, make Road Dogg look like a stupid idiot. Well, that's just what price action does out here. Oh, the 10-second charts, ladies and gentlemen, where you can predict the future, like the next 10 seconds. It's going up. Looky there. Yep, called it. Green candle. We called it right here on Road Dogg Crypto this very minute. We're only ones out here. Call it. Look. Red candle. She's going down. Yep, going down. You should be able to tell right there because of whatever. You know, it looks. Look. Yep. See. Whoa. You glad you got out of that one? Ooh. Yeah. That almost did you wrong, didn't it? You was wrong. Look. I told you it's going up. Told you it's going up right there. We tell you exactly what the price is doing every 10-second candle here of the day, Road Dogg Crypto. We're going to tell you it's going up and down and sideways at the same time. Therefore, we are never wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, this is like watching paint dry on the 10-second chart. It's just craziness. If I had my drugs, it looks like she's going to reclaim that little 21 moving average. It needs to. That 9's wanting to flip down bearish. Oh, it looks like she's doing it. We got a candle right above that 21. Looks like we're starting to head up here to talk to the devil. Is the devil in the details? I think we are betwixt the devils and the details. The devil doesn't show up on the screen. Oh, look, we came up and kissed the devil right between the hindquarters, just like they did on Black Sabbath back in the day. Well, the devil let us pass. Will we come up and test this 200 moving average on the 10-second chart? I suggest that we will. Well, let's go do it. If it doesn't, we'll just blame it on the rain. This is live YouTube. We're telling you every second of the way what YouTube is doing. But what price is doing on Bitcoin, and therefore we are never wrong. Join my OnlyFans group and get this live with my live feed pics. You can be watching me right now live with my cute little toes just right over here at this little part of the screen right above the cheerleaders. Ladies and gentlemen, that's just $5,995 a month worth every penny of it. If you can't afford it, baby, well, then keep trying. We'll show you how to turn a nickel into the dollar over here, but when you get $5,995, I fully expect you to put it over into the footsie group, where you get my exclusive Bitcoin commentary and charts. $5,995 a month. Try it now, or be a loser for life. They said you never mount to anything. Well, she's on it for Road Dogg, so not footsie class. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, we're finding support right here on the devil. Wouldn't you know it? Devil's in the details. I knew they were up to no goods. If you can't go to the 200 moving average, you just bring that 200 moving average to you, baby. I see you using that mental telepathy mind power function that you got there. Break my heart, Bitcoin just got rejected by the devil. I am speechless. Folks, that was like Jennifer, that was like Brad and Jennifer, and who else did Jennifer go with? Oh, you're getting your mixed, Jennifers are mixed up. Just like these moving averages over here. That was so sad. But there's always a little sunshine, a little silver lining on that cloud. Looks like we might just break back up from this heartache. Or you hope? Let's hope. No, man. You need to peel off the Band-Aid. Here it comes. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, are we coming down? If we are, we called it first here at the Road Dog Crypto Show, where we tell you exactly where price is at this very moment in time. We're never wrong about that. It is 59,304.88 right at the moment, and now 72. And now even lower because she's dropping down here to that 800 moving average. Remember we talked about this yesterday, last day, 3 days ago, 10 seconds ago, and everything, and told you the price is coming clearly right down here to 59,291.88, where we are 93.50-ish, where we are right now. Because, well, if anybody's got that predictability in this market, well, it's us here at Road Dog Crypto, because we've just figured it all out. I know it's hard to believe, but being spot on the smallest time frames, we are always spot on the smallest time frames. Look, we're coming down. Oh, did you move I moved the field goal. I just want to make them work for it. Put it back up there. Claim that victory. Look at that. Nailed it. Yeah, we nailed it. Called it 5 times, 4 times, 3 times, 1 time. Let's get on with the show, because actually this is getting kind of dull for me. Thanks for your patience, guys. We're just having some fun tonight. Our little DEGEN plays. We'll clean up these charts. Oh, Ethel, everybody ran out the door. That's why I told you to lock it. One moment, please. Oh, do we not change the music? Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dog. I just be sitting here bored with Bitcoin and actually just really trying to figure out, what's really going on. There's a lot of bearish sentiment out there. There's some hopeful sentiment out there. Are we in the mood for this song? Really? Oh, this is what you want to start me out with? This will work. And it's been an interesting day. It's been a very interesting day. Now, early this morning, we had this drop out of Bitcoin down through here, and even when the morning guys were on, so the 1 minute morning guys, and I'm not going to spend too much time there, but one of them does claim to be 90% effective. And I actually kind of tracked that today. I thought, really? And they did. They like to draw the trade setups and everything, and I don't know, but I tracked them today. I didn't quite see that when I found out. I was very surprised by what I did find out. I suggest that you try it sometime too if you want to know how they really stack up. They make the calls every time that they throw out this little thing and say, the trade right here, rich reward right there, whether they take it or not, because if it goes there, they're gonna call it. We called it, nailed it. So it's a call, or they do their little I don't know. This is kind of something that's not it. But what you do is you just you track it. Well, I mean, especially if they're going to tell you that they're awesome with it. So, I mean, you want to know, right? When you start getting these kind of things or whatever, it was really, it was shorts today. So, there's a setup that's the call and whatever the thing is. But most of the targets were the target 53,000, 57, 52, 56, 51, just various different things, all for Bitcoin. It was kind of interesting, kind of wild. But needless to say, we got to bounce up, and that was cool because this area was support, and if you fibbed it out, it would include you in that. Hey, this might be a nice little bounce area. I just like to throw those ideas out there because you never know. But this has helped me determine when things kind of get to an area, and the most immediate low to high that you can get is a good one. And if you start looking for your bottom areas, which it blasted through some of them, but the 618 area did kind of catch. Look how scared what you fell through. I know. There is a better than one that would actually kind of nail that, I believe. That one actually went a little deep. That one actually did go a little deep. I wouldn't expect that. That was surprising for me with this little trick. But when she's dropping, you don't know. You don't know. But it's generally, if you do see a lot of wicks and things though, and you come back to those areas, that's probably not the place to short. I'm just saying, you're probably close to turning around. And I think, in my personal opinion, the bigger time frames can help you figure that. Even if you're using indicators on bigger time frames, they will start pointing that kind of thing out. These are just some ideas in hindsight. But anyway, we had the big ass drop, and then we started slowly coming up. While some people, were adamantly going short down here. That, of course, has now changed. I'm sure it's going to be a bottom called perfectly or something like that. We're above the 9-moving average on the 1 hour. That's kind of cool. And above it on the 2 hour. We're trying to get it back on the 4 hour. That's groovy. Are we bullish or are we bearish for Bitcoin? And that's a good and fair question. To maintain that, I recommend that you start out on the daily time frame, and being below the 200 moving average on the daily time frame, we are automatically by moving average strategies, we're bearish. We need to regain that. We've also kind of broken a trend line, and that's bearish. That's not good. There's some signs of choppiness on Ichimoku Cloud, so we got that. We got a few little oddball things in our favor, but we're not in the greatest spots. So as much as I'd like to see what I'm calling a cowboy hat pattern just keep us going on to the upside, I mean, that's my dream, and I hope that happens. But the reality is that, moving averages have all flipped bearish. So I would say we're in a cautionary place. A little cautionary place. And I think we can stay here for weeks at a time, to be honest with you. My biggest thing that I'm tracking right now is the MACD. Now, it's worth noting that she's at rollover state on the monthly. Now, do I think she's going to roll over? I mean, I hope not, because that just means something that doesn't make sense for this point in the market. It really doesn't. It would take her a while to confirm that, but the effects would be felt before that confirmation. And we've already, had a little bit of those effects, in my personal opinion. But now you throw in like the 3-week, let's bring that one up. And now she looks a little bit more dangerous, doesn't she? She's got that sock puppet thing going on up there, and I'm not liking it. What I would really like to see it do a duck lip kind of thing and spread apart, but right now she's starting to get the little snaky snake, like she's going to bite you, sock puppet. And I don't know what's more scary, clowns or sock puppets, but this one kind of creeps me out just a little, I'll be honest with you. It could be a warning sign that maybe when you get prepared. That's all I'm saying. And now we've already got our bearish cross on the 2-week. Now she may round out, possibly, but we got 2 other bigger time frames saying there needs to be some caution in hand. And I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news. I'm just trying to be as realistic as what I can with what I'm seeing on the charts. Now on the weekly, we got some points of interest here. We got a little bit of divergence that's coming on this very same indicator. And so that might give us a little bit of a lift. Maybe we can regain this 9-moving average on this same time frame. We are not yet inside a big thick cloud, but we're dangerously close to it. This is not where we want to be. So even this time frame is still saying, hey, there's some warning signs. But I will give you just a little bit of hopium. And that is for this weekly chart. If you are a believer in the market cipher indicator, and it's a great indicator. It's just some basic indicators, just all squished together like a lollipop or something with all different colors. But it's got this little green dot there, which is signifying some positive things going on here. Money flow is in the green. That's good. That's a bonus there. This little yellow thing that they call VWAP, volume weighted average price, is also above its line, what it needs to be doing. Stochastics are these kind of wiggle waggle lines over here, and they're angling up, so they're in process. But the weekly is giving some good signs, some signs of hope. And I think we need that, and I think the best course of action is just to be cautious and take profits when you can take profits, especially on your altcoins. Because to me, when I start looking at the indices like Total 3 over here, well, we're also in kind of a wishy-washy place. Now, altcoins don't have that glory of having that dot. It already had it. We're just kind of leveling out on altcoins here. Below the 9 moving average on the weekly, which is, we're not where we need to be. There could be some improvement. I think you need to try just a little harder to put some more numbers in our bags there, because we're not seeing it. So I want to zoom out on this one. I want to take a look at Total 3 here on the monthly, just like we did on Bitcoin. Curving over 2, that's a sign of danger. I need the 3 week. Right here we are. Same as with Bitcoin. I'm doing that nasty little sock puppet. I don't like the evil sock puppet. You're a bad Kermit. Bad Kermit. Snuffleupagus, is that you? I can't see. Anyway, I didn't know he'd carry over. I wasn't expecting that. That threw me off my game. Squirrel! Erase it. Delete it. So also bears crossed there on the 2 week. A little bit of divergence right here on the weekly, so it's interesting. So the best guess, Alessa, that I can get from this, unless you're still, but you gave us a golden cross over here on the weekly. I didn't, it did, but that is what it says. That's a buy signal. That is an official buy signal. And I know it's crazy. Yeah, it looked good for a week or two, and then here, why are we lower? It doesn't mean that just number go up. It just means, hey, that's a good place to buy. I know, it's crazy. My interpretation is probably not today, but the next pullback. Which she had a couple. And you'd still be saying, Rogue Dog, you're suck. I'm just telling you it's a buy signal. Doesn't mean you have to buy. Overall, it's very positive when a smaller moving average crosses over a bigger one, which the 50 did there. The only thing is the price came down, and sometimes you see this happen. It's the craziest thing. I say it happened a lot with the 100 moving average, but it's the craziest thing. Sometimes when one crosses that $200, it's like price can't believe it, or it just hadn't seen it in so long, and it just goes running back to it and says, Aunt Hilda, is that you? Give me a big old kiss, and just wants to come and slobber all over it for a little bit. And that happens. Does I like it? No. The most sinister thing that I see right here is this green Ichimoku stinky green fart over here. A cloud. Did I say fart? This cloud over here. Same difference. We don't want to get right in the middle of it. Because that will make our portfolio stink. And we'll be asking ourselves, why are we in crypto? Because the more that we get into this little guy, it wants to shoot us down here. And that's money coming out, and we don't want that, especially after we get that bullish cross, that buy signal here on the weekly. Come on, I mean, this is a bigger time frame, right? And yet I still go to this lagging indicator here, which actually looks like she's trying to swing a little bit more positive. We can hope and pray that she does, but I mean, if she does, it's going to look something like this, and it's going to take several weeks to play out, but then across as this comes up. Or more realistically, what could be happening, I'm just saying, is that she's just faking us out a little bit and rolling over for a minute. Now, what she does over there doesn't mean she's going to just tank, but, maybe doing something that lasts a little longer and has a little bit more downside. And if you're shorting or want to go some short ideas, you might play with that idea. I'm finding that the reason I'm not shorting is that I just didn't have the patience when I was trying it. And I was trying it from the tops, and they were just so slow and taking off. Until that one day when it was worth it, but I didn't stay in on it. I didn't have the conviction on my shorts, and I don't in a bull market. I should probably work on that. mostly what I've got going on that I'm really all wrapped up into and that I'm working with is position trades with some small leverage, and I'm mining those, and it's more like gardening, okay? And I gotta keep care of my crops and everything, make sure everything's watered and, you know, bugs are out of, you know, I gotta kind of prune it back and stuff like that. It's a little bit of a different mindset from, you know, your, like, especially like day trading and things like that. But I do like to get me some good swing trades, whether they're on spot or on maybe a little leverage. And this should be a positive sign. It really should. There is a little bit of hidden bullish divergence that is kind of forming, but I wouldn't say it's yet. When you say it's solidified, well, if you got a candle close here, then I guess we can say we've got that for here. That could be. That means that the trend should continue in its current direction. In this current bullish direction after it establishes its support. So we got a little bit of that, but that's from a much bigger, I'm taking that from a much bigger move, like from here. It's not like immediately there is none that I see. And so we're kind of like, and it's not that great. It's not that great of a divergence. It's a little bit, may possibly be there. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Say hello to everybody. Hello! And we got Jason. Jason, I think I already went through everybody, right? And Rising Sun, Strega, and Derek Adams. Good brown gravy. That went too fast on the screen, didn't it? The sarcasm is off the charts. That was funny. That's a good joke. I was tempted to move stuff around, decided to wait on us, Strega. And Jackson says, fetch, please. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a look at some of the stuff you guys want to talk about. My portfolio was kind of boring. It was fun when my take profits, because I just set my take profits and wait for them to hit, right? And it was fun when they were getting all hit, and now nothing's getting hit. And now I'm starting to look at the bottom range and saying, do I really want to do that right now? Do I really want to play that right now? So SNX and what was that? And so and following with total 3, which is what we're looking at right now, we are below the 200 moving average on the daily now. There's some good things and bad things. Ultimately, the momentum is on our side, but it doesn't mean that we can't drip and lose several billions of dollars not going. So altcoins can still take hits and up and downs as we do. It's kind of a violent little range, man. It is a bearish trajectory of lower lows and lower highs. It's a downward channel, which is actually a bullish pattern that will eventually break to the upside, and it's trying to do its initial things here. The momentum is there. It's just it's not being expressed yet, is what I would say. 800, 600, 300, 200 moving average, those big, humongous moving averages have got enough to keep us at least sideways here and up. And hopefully that's what it'll be. Hopefully we won't see any more low or any bit more bigger lows. But the normal moving average that I look at without my extra ones, they've officially all flipped bearish, right? And so they can play around and come down here and spread out a little bit until price starts reclaiming them. So we just gotta keep an eye on it. Now the more the 9 is above the 21, the better. But in my personal opinion, that was the bullishness coming up, and it got rejected there and starting to roll over, and probably will cross. So there may be a little bit more move down, and then we may move up. And whichever way, whenever we do go up, and my plan is to be paying myself as altcoins start going up there. They may get a little bit of a dip down, and I got buy orders in there too. No, trying to play this little range. Let's take a look at SNX. This is, I got the daily chart over on Binance. How are we looking over here, moving averages? It's one of the first things I look at. That's interesting how they're stacked. I'm looking at how they're stacked. So you got two smaller ones over some of the two bigger ones. That's bullish, although you're kind of, they're losing a little bit. As price just kind of went crazy way below it. And it, the 9 following price, as price was rejected under the 50, and now the 9 moving average is bowing over, bending over. I normally don't like to see that. I really don't. And you're just now getting your cross here on the daily MACD. That definitely suggests more downside. So I don't know, depends on what you're doing. You can look at hedging, shorting, selling, buying back, but she's also in a little area of support right now. Let's go to the 4 hour, see what she says, and it's kind of, those moving averages are kind of expressed over here a little bit. The 100 trying to roll over or cross, maybe it'll cross, but you can definitely see some are rolling over there. Not above the 9 moving average on here. Now I always feel better when we're above the 9 moving average, but it broke through price, and there is a target for this, and it is the width of what we got. And it suggests the possibility of coming back down to $1.20. So we got to talk about that. That's the elephant in the room. That's what could be happening. And this could just be the little bear flag that could get us there. Or ascending triangle, if you want to look at it that way. When they break, they make into a channel. It still could keep on going down until she goes. Never a dull moment here in crypto. And if you wanted to take that measure move, it would probably piss you off, because it would have a little bonus run to the downside. So I would just stick with the channel idea. And of course, you know me, I'm going to pull my fib out and just play with it in front of everybody. I don't care. Put my feet pictures up here and pulled my fib out. Woo, that's too hot for YouTube. Now, it's got good tidings for me, though. My fib does. My fib tells me, man, if we can just hold on to this area, if we can get a breakout of this trend line, if we can reclaim that 9 and that 21 and make it back up here past these other moving averages, trying to do just like football, just trying to dodge and go back there, trying to get that trying to get that goal. Just gonna say home run. This one actually looks good to me that we might do that. Now, if we do, I mean, I know we got this trend line here, but a lot of things we can do with that trend line. We could break back into it. We could start going up our merry little way under it, start coming back up here, maybe go higher. Okay. There is a scenario for bouncing off this 618 that would take us those highs, and this is where I like to get into my little section that we call Hopium with Road Dog. Hi. Late night Hopium with Road Dog. There's some good things moving in on these indicators. Most notably, Market Cypher's got some greeny dots going on over there. Oh, I'm on the 4 hour. Not bad, not bad. Still below the 200 moving average, so we're still bearish. Don't get it twisted. Still below trend line. Still bearish. Don't get it twisted. But we might have it. We got a good little bounce area right here with this little guy. This little. Why you got rainbow colors? Oh, look, now you're yellow. Let's get some bigger ideas and see if we can get kind of confidence we got here. Oh my goodness, that's not what I wanted to do. That was wrong. You take that back. You take that back right now. That was too much yellow. I like to zoom out and then I like to zoom right back on in. That was from this last high to this low. See where we got rejected. Okay, so we're on this little guy. I mean, if you want to be particular, I mean, it's basically taking us back up to that 786 area. We just go by the other fib, but if you want to get all nerdy on it, we could be looking at these little guys right here. I get all nerdy with it. I'm getting nerdy with it. My dear man, how does these new fibs compare to the old fibs? Well, that's a good question, Johnny. Well, let's just pull them fibs out and play it right here. It's our little secret. What? Mom! A little bit up here at 786. That's what I saw before we drew it out of here. 618's around a 0.5. It's not a good, not that great of a lineup, to be honest with you. Still, I will stick to my Fibonacci method. I will. But it's always worth, you know, whatever that last fib was, take notice of it and just, well, if you got a 618, I would mark it. I'd mark that baby. I would. I'm going to. You can't stop me. I know you want to stop me. You're saying, no, Road Dog. No, let it be. Don't mark it. But I'm like, I can't help it. It's what I was born to do. I was born to come out and to mark these Fibonacci 618 areas. That is what I live for. That is my calling in life, is to identify the 618s wherever they may be. They're all hidden out there. Well, I don't even stop there. I go with the square roots of the 618s. I like to make it just all sciencey and nerdy, just to add that little element of huh. And it's beautiful. It's like a lotus flower in the spring. It's like you're talking too much bullcrap's what it's like. What is this? That looks like part of a flying saucer, if you want to know my initial reaction to that. I would say it's probably nothing to be concerned about because we broke a freaking trend line over here, man. Until we come back up and get rejected, it's just up to, sorry. I don't know who I'm talking to. Apparently they pissed in my coffee. We could take some profits. What's the thumbs up? If she gets up to around 200, or especially at $200, if she gets up to 223, I would go for it. Here on the Daily Man, I know the MACD's like wanting to kill it and everything, but stochastics are down at the bottom, depending on what's going on. I mean, a little hopium, but 120. Let's take a look at LPT. What happened here? Who threw up all over my chart? Somebody threw up all over it. The little sister's picking out the little green bits and eating them. Make her stop. This is FET, soon to be ASI, I believe. Below the 9 moving average. Shame on you. That's naughty. No, that's not how we play this game. She could reclaim it. She could. She's in the middle of a red cloud. I got faith in her. Maybe she could. Maybe. That's a big maybe. 200 moving average is up here 179 with a bigger pull on a Fibonacci because we like to pull our fibs here. We're not afraid to pull on them, yank on them, and throw them out there. See how they measure up, and this one's measuring up at $1.80. So if you got something better than that, well, keep it to yourself, please. This is a family show. Especially if they have like a severely dysfunctional family. This is a perfect family show. How about this functional show? If you got a normie family, well, it may feel a little weird. I like you, FET, on this 4 hour. I like what you were doing. It is starting to look sexy. It is making me tingle in my Netherlands. I am talking about Antarctica, where the aliens live. So we might have like a bullish cross here, man, as this one starts making its way back up. That'd be kind of cool. If I had to forecast what would happen to FET, I would say that the number probably working on going up. Just for what the MACD said. Is that your Italian gypsies? If I were looking for targets, 131 would be the most juicy one, and then we've already got this one up here at 138, 139, which she needs to go clear that one out of the way if she's going to do something. I mean, you know, either poop or get out of the bathroom is what I'm saying. What are you going to do? I mean, if you're not going to conquer your last highest high, then what purpose do you have to be in this race? You got to compete with yourself, baby. You got to dig in hard. You got to reach inside, and you got to go one step further than you went before. It's one step forward, usually 2, 5 steps back. Hell, 10, sometimes 10 steps back in crypto if you're using leverage. And then one little baby step forward again in this market. Yay. 131 is very interesting. You wanted a little, a little cheat spot, you know, that take a little bit of your price. Another 8%, just a little on the side. You know what I'm saying? To make you feel, just to take the little pressure off. Just, you know, just be a little. It's just a tip. It's just a tip to help you nail this market. Pay yourself. Yeah, just feel better when you pay yourself. I mean, preferably in profit. Don't pay yourself if you're in loss. Well, nothing says it's loser more than paying yourself when you're in a loss, because, well, you've lost. So, don't be a loser is the name of the game. In the most loving kind of way. We're all about love here at Road Dog Crypto. Free love. All kinds of love. Love, love, love. You broke a trend line, you dirty, rotten little son of a... Can't take you nowhere. But I'm looking at this one on small time frame on the 15-minute. We see that the devil got up there and just ended up doing what she does, man. She just said, hey, bitch. Ha ha! I think I'm just going to draw this as a box, man. Your little area right here would be your buy zone. And she should make it down there, just to be honest with you, when we break a trend line. Now, if by chance, and I not to say this because this doesn't happen very often, but if you do see this, if you see her bounce here off of this little guy about 440, no, that's 117. I mean, if she like, I know she'll probably finagle her. Oh, look, this is like right now, but it's gonna bounce here. And then it comes down here, and then like, oh, if she can bounce and start moving from there, that will be a strong move. She's got to do it before she gets to that cloud, though. Otherwise, you know, this is it's mingle. Oh, look, oh, shoot, we're back down to 112. It didn't look like it was going to happen. Well, here you are, and then you might find yourself a little lower. Those ideas for fetch. I'm just breaking that trend line. That wasn't full of hopium. Road Dog, you make me cry when I watch you. I can't subscribe anymore. My apologies. Hey, Derek Adams, that's a $10 super chat, and I just happened to catch it at the right time. It was like it was just meant to be. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I'm trying to like it, but I don't see the little likey things on it. I think it's a something with money on it, and that's always welcome. So thank you for that. And we looked at SNX, right? We looked at FET, and Good Brown Gravy says link. Man, I'm trying to build that bag back. I am. I had a bad experience, lost a lot of link in that experience, left me with a little bit of link that I've been able to build back to almost my initial contribution, but not the total bag, which I'm cool with. If I got a chance to get back my initial contribution, if I gotta work a little bit for it, I'm cool with that. That's some hopium. And they're sitting there saying, what the hell is this dude talking about? Well, I've got some red lines, and I'm sure that those are, unless I got real lazy, 2, 3, 6. Yeah, they would be from that big tall ice ball. Look at that beautiful head and shoulders to the downside. Shucks. We haven't even got started just yet. We're just getting the ball rolling. We're going to go to negative. Oh no, it's $1.84. Oh, there goes the unsubscribers. Well, that's if you go with that idea. Me personally. Man, are you harmonic? For real, dude, I think you're harmonic. You're one of them harmonicers. This is very akin to what I'd call a Bart Simpson butt crack. What I would hate to see is what I'm afraid it's going to do and give us another butt cheek over here of accumulation. That could happen. Perhaps not, but then perhaps also. And if it does, well, then I told you. No, I'm not going to be. I told you guys. I'm just letting you know. Hey, that does happen. But then I like trend lines, and I trust them better than any kind of roundy shape that is a little speculative to draw. That's a little subjective to draw, put it that way. Something a little bit more concrete, like moving averages, that have a little mathematical backbone to them that tell me that, hey man, well, this one's a little higher than that one, and it's doing a little bit better now than it was back then, and it's starting to look like we're having a little bit of an increase. And we got that going on with the 600 crossing the 800 moving average over here. We're kind of testing them around and everything. That gives me hope that we'll come back up and eventually start shooting for that 200, because that's the happy ray of sunshine we just all want to get a little taste of. Can't get away from it. Always got to go back and say, hey, how you doing? You want to grab some pizza? Me neither. You how about some coffee? Want some coffee? Yeah, me neither. You want me to go away? That was the wrong question to ask. So we put a swing high to swing low because that's just what I like to do. It tells me where price is probably going to go, and I like what I see here. My little magical fib area touching the devil, that just, I don't know, man. She there, but we above her. You have the dominant position, Price. Can you hold on to it, or is she going to flip you over like a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu student and whoop your little behind? Some say she has a magic wand and she knows how to turn it on. Beware. Stop being so spicy. They're both the tacos. So lost a 9 in between the 21, right above the devil, just in a bad place. We're doing kind of good. I like it. Come on, baby, go into that Ichimoku cloud. Don't stay below it. Go in it. You can go to the redness. Go toward the blood. Come down the smaller time frame. Man, seriously, we're below the 200. Here's one we want to look at. 4 hour. You needs to get your butt back. All right, Link. I didn't think it had to come to this, but it's come to this. Hey, let's come to this. I can't stand it no more. I can't stand it no more. Link, you've had a rough way to go, and I know you've seen those bad days, man, and it was scary. But I want you to know, man, we had the people here that support you, just trying to lift you up, baby. We all came to you and bought even more of you when you started dipping down in those lows. We're there for you, Link. Right now, we need to just kind of dig in and grab a hold of your nutsack and squeeze hard and just try to do something with your life and just show that you're like alive and want to start moving forward. That's all we're asking. Just go ahead and give it a nice big old squeeze. Go ahead. Link. I've got this line right here. I just kind of I cheated a little bit back here. Forgive me, but I love you. You know I love you. I didn't mean to do it, but yeah, I did. I just wanted to go with the lighter side, the blue ones. And you know how them blue ones make me feel. But I got this line that's tracing you, and I know you cheated over here too, and that's okay. We'll let bygones be bygones, but can we just kind of stay above it right now? Can we just kind of carry forward and just not even look back? And I know the happy days are behind us. I know. We're just up here at $12. We can have those happy days again, Link. I know you can. You know how I know? Well, I talked to this fortune teller, and he pulled out the fibs, started rattling them fibs around, and then he took them fibs and put it on this velvet curtain, and he just threw them fibs. And he told me the fortune, Link. And it made my bags just start to feel all tingly and everything. And first thing I did, of course, was think of you, Link, and just want to share this news with you. And he said you tickled the 786, and I was like, oh, Lord, yes, I know. I love it when that 786 gets tickled just right. Tell me something new. And we just kept on talking and everything. But then that fortune teller's eyes turned red, started glowing. And I could have sworn I saw an alien shadow person, but there was a whisper like of the leaves in my ears that said, where's the music? Maybe we should change the mood. Oh. And that whisper in my ear said, baby, you looking good holding it right there real steady above that trend line. It makes me just want to come over and take a nice little juicy bite out of you, Link. You said $11. You're going to do 11 and 11 because that's the angel numbers that I need just to make me come out there and believe. Come on, baby, let's do that and see you get over that 200 moving average on this 4 hour, because I know you got it in you, girl. I see that candle just popping up there. You can't hide that. It's hard to hide that candle. That one's up there nice and stiff and just pointed skyward. Oh, but is she bending over? Oh, honey, did I say the wrong thing? Was that too much pressure? I'm so sorry. I like how you're swinging above that non-moving average here, and you're flirting with that old nasty red cloud. It's so nasty, but you want to dive in on there. I know you is. I know you do. I know what you're thinking. The only thing I'm wondering about is how you gonna get past this 800 moving average here on the 1 hour time frame, because ooh, that's like that chaperone just won't let you do what you want to do when you want to do it. It's like they know you every move ahead of time, and you just like can't get a moment alone just to plant your lips on that cute little puppy dog, because you know they'd throw you out of the store if they caught you sticking your tongue out there at it. I'm only speaking from experience, folks. I don't know. I mean, it's just how it makes me feel when I go in a pet store, because it tickles so wow. Well, stick that little tongue up and it tickles all the way down your throat. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, what the hell are we watching today? Back on planet Earth, we are. She in a range. I know we got to zoom out. Seriously, she's above a trend line. I like it. I think she can go to 1185 and start recovering. She is making higher highs and higher lows and retesting this little guy right over here, man. That's how I sees it for Link. And if it's a successful retest and we're bouncing there, we just flip this area from resistance to support. Can I get a hell yeah? Yeah. Why I only got one arm, and why am I the only one doing this? Man, what's up with you, road dog? You got to expand. We got to. Oh, that's not the right one, is it? That bugs me because I don't want to be handless. Oh, look, there's a hand. I got a hand. Oh, this is the happy one. Hello, I'm girlfriend 1 and I'm girlfriend 2. I don't know where it's coming from. Thank you, Derek Adams, for that super chat. I think I said that before, but it's always worth saying that again. Yeah, I messed up my bad building. Derek Adams says, is the end game to put gains back into Bitcoin? Not asking for my financial advice. It's not a bad thing, but do remember Bitcoin does take a tumble down too. So you got options. This is what I'm considering doing. I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you what I'm planning on doing. Let me get these fibs out of the way. So as the market goes up or whatever, where'd you come from, dude? I have to draw some squiggly lines to talk, apparently. And this guy wants to be right in the middle of it. So as the market comes up, we kind of figure out that we're going to top out, which everybody says, oh, we're going to sell the tops, but you don't, because a lot of times you don't figure out the market's over until, down here somewhere. You can get caught there. The MACD and the moving averages on the weekly will save your ass if you pay attention to them, but they're so easy to ignore. And they're like, now they're giving a signal saying, hey man, there's a warning. And we're sitting there saying, oh, we'll be all right. Just think it's because the happening just happened. It can't get that bad. Maybe it can. I don't know. I'm getting away from the subject, but you're talking about taking profits in mostly into Bitcoin. So I don't know. Let's just say hypothetically you come out with 100,000. I don't know. That's the end product, and we're just going to use that. And you could put it all into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin may be 150,000. Who knows? So maybe you get like a fraction of a Bitcoin, like a 0.75 Bitcoin or something crazy. You can do that. I would probably go a little half. I want some Bitcoin for sure, but I want it to be mostly the Bitcoin that I've been building and working with my spot margin. I want it to be that. I want to build that up and just see how much of that I can keep and selling off the rest of it. That way I don't feel like I'm getting rid of too much. But if you do have Bitcoin, one thing is you can borrow against that. Now, if you got I recommend that is a tough call, because if you're a true Bitcoiner, you don't want to get rid of any of it, and I really don't want to get rid of any of it, but I will sell at least half of it. Whenever I get in doubt, that rule of thumb seems to always be the most convenient answer, and it's so simple. But if I can't make up my mind if I want to get out of a position or not, I'll just sell half or do a fraction of it. And so even in this situation, that would be my immediate go-to if I'm ever confused. Well, we'll do half, because we know the Bitcoin price can come back down from 150,000 or whatever it gets down to, and probably come back down and see the lower 40s. Maybe upper 30s, maybe even lower than that. Who knows where it's going to come back down to? But you can always buy more if you got that dry powder. So I think half of it into cash and half of it into Bitcoin is not bad. Also, when the price does come down, Bitcoin does tank, you can use that Bitcoin, that 0.75 or whatever you had, hypothetically, whatever you hold on to. If you borrow against that at the bottom of the market, or as we're coming out of the bear market, then you can use that as a valuable tool, and you can add on to that. It's like a little growing bank account. So I like the idea of having both. Now, this one loses its value as we come down to low prices in Bitcoin, but as it goes up, man, you can, if you use it right, you can borrow against that asset, and that's how you want to use it, as a wealth growing tool. And that's just my thoughts on it. So I would say at least, I think half and half is good. Maybe you want to go more in stablecoin. What you don't want to do is hold altcoins. And I don't care how good they are. I don't care how good they seem in the bull market. They are always going to drop at least 80 to 99% value. And it sucks because you can see a coin go from its top and drop 90%, and then you can buy in. You can buy in at that 90% drop, and it drop another 90 freaking percent. It sounds crazy, doesn't it? Like if you took your $10,000 out up here and you put your $10,000 here, it could drop all the way back down to $1,000. And you're like, what the hell? You can drop 90% and drop another 9%. When overall it'd be about like a 99% drop or something, and 98%. It happens a lot in altcoins, so you can't trust the altcoins, but you can take some risk on Bitcoin. You can DCA in as the market comes down. You can short it. That's another option that I was going to talk about. Say if you got that 0.75 Bitcoin or whatever, that's our hypothetical thing. As if you're comfortable doing some small leverage or maybe even some spot margin, you can short this little guy. You can use that as collateral and borrow on the way down and build more Bitcoin. Now that's the avenue that I am going with my Bitcoin that I'm going to hold on to. And then also use the ploy at the bottom of the market to also leverage against it. So I do want some Bitcoin, and going half and half is a really good strategy in my opinion. But 'tis my takes on it. Yeah, Cajun Fries will do that. Slinda, hey, how's it going, Slinda? I'm late, just off work. Hey, glad to have ya. Is Bitcoin 10,000 yet? My goodness. Those are some scary numbers right there. I really just see her ranging. I see her ranging for a while. And it's scary, and it is on the table to drop down to 55. That's the number I keep coming up with. I've seen some other people kind of come to that number too. There's several. 58 can hold. But if you believe in the fibs, and I definitely believe in the fibs because maybe my fibs are like Shakira. My fibs don't lie. They don't. They're just so wickedly cool. The 618 is just always a good target to look at. There's a few little things. We might come back and test this little guy. Don't have to. I hope we don't. I think it's going to be, I think they're going to shake us for the week. And then, of course, this is Friday. This is the weekend. And they do what they do when they can do's it. And they could have really ran us down today, but they didn't. They decided to go and get the 1 minute guys this morning and ruin all them shorts. All them shorts were ruined. Oh man, all 10 of those calls were just blasted out. No shorts for you today. I think I find it interesting, and because I mean, I feel this too. I just know better than to do it, but. Because if you do it long enough, you finally figure out this don't work. But trying to short support, that's the worst place to try. That's if you invert this chart, that is Alt I. That is like buying the tops. But even the person I'm referring to, they inverted the chart too and said, "Well, it's a flag. We buy them all day long, right?" And I'm like, yeah, you do, don't you? And how many times do they not work out at this when they're at resistance? I'm just saying, it's like they never check for that resistance. So let's revert this back. So if I had any, that's not it, is it? If I had any alpha for any newer traders, and are we? It was Control I, right? Oh, now you broke the Bitcoin chart. You broke it. I think we just, yeah, now you're fixed. Just turn it off and turn it back on. Works every time like a charm. That's why they tell you that when you call India. I was going to say something, but I got distracted by a squirrel. Therefore, that nugget of stupidity will not be aired tonight. So I flip it upside down or flip it. Oh, it was the one part of wisdom that there you go, squirrel. Sometimes you will see things flag out. Rarely will you see them ever make the crazy full flagpole move to their target. Like if you've been looking at this as a flag to the upside, you would wonder, whoa, why did they go up there? So keep those in mind. But if you're flagging out at resistance areas, or even like, look at this moving average that could act as resistance there, chances are that perhaps that flag is not the best one to take, since it is at a resistance area, especially a high point of resistance area. And I know that's where, but it's a flag. Where else are you going to fly a flag but high in the air? And it's the buy higher, and sell higher strategy, but it's not a good one. It's not a good one, sweetie. You can do better. I know, it's handsome, looks pretty, looks like it's going to do some damage and just throw that back out, but you can do better. You need somebody to take care of you a little bit better than that. That one's just going to leave you high. I don't know what I'm talking about, but anyway. My take was this little guy down here. And, us being at a resistance line, and to think that she's going to continue on down to short from here, well, that's awful ballsy. It's a high chance that won't work. So very ballsy for you to go for that move. All 10 of those calls today to, where was it? 53, 57, 56, 53, 51, 53, and 60,000. Which we didn't quite make it to 60,000. But who knows? That was from over here. Run this flag into the upside. Guys, I haven't got nothing else. I'm just getting off on all this crazy stuff. I appreciate you for hanging out with me. Sam Webb, Derek Adams, Strega, still hanging in here with me. Celinda, always a pleasure to have you here. And an honor. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's just kind of shaky. Just be careful. And there we go, back into this great weekend trading. And we have to question our life choices. And I'm questioning my altcoin choices. And I'm like, what am I going to do with you? You're just laying there. You're not doing anything. You don't earn anything. You don't do the laundry. You know, just laying around eating bonbons and ducking, watching and stories. What you good for? So I'm having that discussion with my bags right now, and maybe I'm being a little rude, but they're not liking it and they're not responding very well. Well, just a little time and a little attention will make them feel better, I guess. We'll see you again tomorrow night. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Good night.
Come on, come here, bud.
Creepy hands waving by. Creepy door hands.
You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like it's so ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind, unpredictable. Feet eye off the ground, you ain't no one. You a star, blow it up like supernova. In the nighttime, hit my hotline.
Appreciate you, Stringer.
Sharing secrets, you wish really was part your
Appreciate all of you guys. Good night.
With no bullets. Does your wife, you know you're breaking?